Okay, sorry, he actually turned off the video. Matthew 25:27-32. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to you exchangers, and then at my coming should I have received my own with vantage. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto every man that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. And from him that hath not, even that he hath shall be taken away. Cast therefore that unprofitable servant into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And when the Son of Man cometh in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them from one another, as a shepherd separate the sheep from ye goats. 1 Corinthians 13:3. And though I feed the poor with all my goods, and though I give my body that be burned, and have not love, profited me nothing. Leviticus 1:7. So the sons of Aaron the priest shall put fire upon the altar, and lay the wood in order upon the fire. Amos 3:8. The lion hath roared, who will not be afraid? The Lord God hath spoken, who can but prophesy? Exodus 16:6. Then Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At even ye shall know that the Lord brought you out of the land of Egypt. Okay, so then let's see if there's any more of the message. Yeah. Okay. Take that one. Okay. Okay, we did. Okay, so tick tock. The clock's going to stop. Stock market crashes. Time to arouse you from your sleep. Wake up, O sleeper. Your prince is coming. Your king is coming to deliver you. Choose me and the rapture, not the great tribulation. I put out prophets for my own reasoning, for my own purpose, and for my own glory. Do not be sidetracked and deceived, children. I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one can come to the Father except through me. Who is the Son? Who is your God? And who has the Father in him? I am portrayed as the Lamb. Who is the Son who shed his blood for you? And my Father is portrayed as the Lion. I am coming back to war with my lions, who I have chosen for this appointed time. They are coming to teach you what you have never been taught. And when that door shuts completely, no more facade, no more erasing the past, and no more chances. He's going to give lots of chances over and over again using Hezekiah and the time shifts. He's doing 11 time shifts to wake up his people. That is when there is no more grace, and you will have to die for my glory because you didn't accept my free gift of grace. I will always show you both ways, and it's your choice to make. I do not intervene with your free will, and I won't violate the laws of physics. It's breaking the ice, children. Count down one by one, and we're almost done the countdown. It's about to be completed. This is my hour. Are you awake yet? My prophets speak truths, yet you doubt them. Both put on display for your choice to be made. Have you made that choice yet? Have you accepted my free gift of salvation? So he speaks in future. So some of this stuff is going to be for future, because there's going to be another prophet that's going to come against me that he's using. And so you have to be able to decipher through wisdom and discernment which one is actually speaking from the Lord and which one is speaking from their own hearts or their own flesh. 1 Corinthians 13:3 we already did. Or do you want to endure my wrath? And then we already read the scriptures, which was Leviticus 1:7, Amos 3:8, and Exodus 16:6. Okay, well, that is it. Can I get back on video, my love, so you can say your goodbyes?
Yeah. It's fun.
I know. Poor G. He's been testing us for so long.
Yeah.
We ended up talking about the veil yesterday, but so I was like, people had said that we got together, based on lust, which was not true at all. Stop this call from coming in. Which was not true at all. And here's why. So G and I, we talked and stuff on Zoom with a group, but we didn't actually meet in person until 7/26/2023. And it's funny because when I got there to meet him for our little assignment of aligning the planets, which I know a lot of people don't understand, but that's why you have to go to the Lord, because he will show you. He showed us yesterday in the adultery verses that if you keep reading, it says the one under the law, basically.
Yeah.
And we're not under the law because Jesus fulfilled the laws. When you trust in him, you get his heart of flesh.
That's right.
And so we're married now. The Lord we were married when he called us up 6:17 in the spirit when we first met in 2023. 6:27 is when the Lord said that we got married and in heaven, and he showed me us in heaven and like visions and stuff. And then officially with my ex, I got divorced 4/8 of 2024. And G and I, the Lord had us go to the courthouse, for man's laws, and 12/2 of 2024. So it's very exciting, and we've been living in California now since 11/9 is when I arrived here finally in 2024. So anyway, when we first met, it was crazy because G, at the very beginning, we fell in love. We talked because the Lord ordained us from the very beginning. He made soulmates. He made the soulmate formula. If you look at Song of Solomon, you will see sister, my soul, my lover, my spouse. Every single thing he's showing us is showing us about the kingdom marriages and not about the loveless marriages that we have here on earth, which is why marriages fall apart here, because not everything is ordained by God. But God, who says, let no man separate what God put together, well, God put Adam and Eve together. Hence that everyone said this was lust, but obviously we're in love, so it's not lust. And I look different. Now tell him what I looked like.
Well, yeah, in the beginning, he wouldn't tell me this, but, he put a veil over her, when I said, Jesus, that she's not my type, Lord. And I remember Jesus going, she's your type, my son. And I was like, she's not my type, Lord. I don't want to lie. I'd be lying to you. And he's like, she's your type, my son. Trust me. I'm like, whatever, Lord. Okay. So I realized afterwards that he literally put a veil, because I would see her on Zoom, and she's cute. Jesus was testing. He made our suits for testing and for many purposes, right? So on Zoom, I'd be like, wow, she's cute. She's attractive.
Right, but it was never lust.
It was never lust. It was never like, oh yeah, right? And then when we would be together, she would look completely different. Her face would look almost like Bubba Gump. Distorted, it was distorted.
So, if you ever seen the show Once Upon a Time, there's a prime example. So, Jesus uses that show a lot because he's behind that show. Characters and all that stuff literally describe, like, what's happening in this journey. Mm-hmm. And there was a scene where Emma and Hook, they go to a ball together, and he completely changes Emma's face with a veil. And Jesus can supernaturally do all those things. Yeah,
he really can.
Trust me, he's seen it. So for a long time, G was really like, what is going on? She's not, and we didn't know he was putting a veil. He didn't tell us that until 2024.
Just recently.
Just recently.
But
he had to fight his flesh.
I had to fight my flesh, and then he made me stop working out, so I would start, gaining weight, and I would have to fight my own flesh for myself. So he's been testing our flesh for years now.
Yeah, he even took away our little chemistry piece.
Yeah,
how you have like a chemistry piece with somebody.
He took away. He never gave that.
Well, he gave it to me for the first 5 minutes. When I first saw you, and he had said, "Just kiss him, my child." Right. And I kissed him, and I'm telling you, I felt the entire heavens open. And so we've seen the supernatural so many times in our relationship. And but he's my best friend.
I know, I love you. You too. And for men, you men out there, it's hard for a man to, when you're not physically attracted to somebody at first, to let that love grow, and that's setting the foundation for a true relationship.
Right.
Because she's truly my best friend. I love her more than anything, and it doesn't matter how she looks. It really, truly doesn't matter how she looks anymore.
And it's funny because, Jesus, that
was... she is beautiful, though.
Oh, you're beautiful, too.
You took that veil down.
My veil's gone. So that was part of our walk, our flesh. He made us basically do all of that. And then, he's been doing the whole pregnancy symbolism. I posted those pictures showing you the supernatural, how he, switches me in and out, right? And so, the Lord's shaking me again. He likes to shake me every time we talk about the veil.
I know.
Okay, so then after that, there was the veil for a while, and then he took the veil off, and we lived a year away from each other and stayed on Zoom all day long every day. And then when I got there, I was heavier. That was another test, right?
Yeah, he made me think that I was going to get teleported and she was going to be transformed into her glorious body. But my flesh wasn't ready for that. He knew it.
It's never what we think.
Yeah.
So because of his position and kingdom in the heavens, you know, he is basically taking on a lot of things, you know, for the men. And a lot of times men struggle with lust, and they struggle with, you know, wanting different variety of women. And so, you know, Jesus, when there's going to be population in the New Jerusalem, these are suits. Everything you see is a suit, right? Mm-hmm. But we have multiple suits, okay? He has made so many of us, but not just in this suit. He's used our spirits in all different suits. So the world is not as big as you think. This is why a lot of people are like, why do they look so much alike, right? Have you ever like noticed where Jesus thought?
See a lot of actors that look like almost the same.
Yeah.
Right, so it's
and
the
not
same
necessarily
thing.
Actors, because a lot of times they get cloned and killed off and get cloned, and then, but the Trojan horse will be at the end where Jesus is going to like get in there and put good spirits in them. Have you noticed that a lot of celebrities start to turn to Jesus? There's a reason for that, because God's behind that. Because in the very end, the enemy, he's going to lose his army of soldiers.
And what's that one where people, as they get older, they start looking like each other?
Yeah.
As they get older, start becoming one.
He starts like bringing our hair together. So he starts everything as a transition. He first had us get on video, or had us take pictures every day. He'd give us some time, and we do like these little photo shoot, and then he'd pick which picture we want to put out there, showing the different hair changes. Because I mean, if you look at the pictures, look, I mean, he changes it all the time, right? Like if you go through in the different parts and everything, and just watch how he changes it. He has been showing the supernatural. Yeah. I mean, there's times where G sees me all the time. He's like, your hair's changing in real time.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's been doing that. And for all the ones who said I just look older, well, you don't understand. I always dyed my hair every 5 weeks because I inherited white hair from my dad in my 20s. And so by the time I got into my 40s, I had like almost 85 to 90% white hair. And so I grew it out during COVID, and all of it was white, like on the top, right?
You know who has white hair? The Revelation
12 woman.
Stellarium. Go zoom in on her head, and you'll see she has streaks of white.
We were proving that the other day, because you may not believe us, but it's from the very beginning, and why we're doing what we're doing, because Jesus chose us because of who we are in heaven. Yeah. And just like you're somebody in heaven, because he created every single position perfectly for you. So anyway, so then we get through so we had the veil test, which he kept on pretty much forever. Then the gaining weight test, not just me, but for both of us. And then he did this exciting took away the chemistry smell, and did this flesh smell, this weird, like supernatural, weird flesh smell. And he gave this guy like nose of a wolf.
I have a very strong, powerful, beautiful big nose, but I can smell everything. And he used it to test me. And I could smell every beautiful odor, and he made odors very strong, you know, where, you know, there was, you know, when you're with somebody and you're like, oh, I love him, I love the way they smell in the morning and all that. No, he didn't give any of that to us, because once again, he didn't want to make it easy. He wanted to, you know, to test us.
Yeah, and this man, poor thing, he's tested him, you know, with the veil, with the weight gain, with the smell. Yeah. And because, you know, like you have a certain chemistry, you know, with people and being like, especially with the soulmate and stuff. So people say that we did it for lust, that oh my gosh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Wrong. So anyway.
We did it for love.
We did it for love.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was the best decision ever. And when you have, I love you too. And when you have God behind you, you feel his peace, his love, and he's blessed our marriage. And he continues to provide and take care of us every day.
Yeah, he does.
And it's truly an amazing thing. And we gave up our careers for the Lord, and now we work for him full time. And we never go without.
And I hear our retirement plan is really good.
Yeah, so, our retirement plan.
Yours is too.
Yeah, because one of the prophecies on 10/10/2024, he gave me.
It's a 144K.
He's giving. You're so cute. He's giving basically the inheritance back, and it's funny because you know that prophecy. I feel like they're trying to do because I don't know if you've seen, but they just put a bunch of money in the Federal Reserves. And Jesus told me in 2024 that their plan, and I have it prophesied, that their plan was to put all the money in the Federal Reserves and blow it up. They're going to say there's a gas leak. And I believe he gave me that prophecy on 10/14/2020.
They just moved all the money on Halloween.
They moved all the money on Halloween, right?
Very silently.
So anyway, but Jesus has plans for them for that. And, you know, because they know that, you know, when Jesus makes his decree, they have to listen because, you know, God allows everything. And so he has a plan for the end times. And when he makes the decree to finally make us citizens of the New Jerusalem, because our spirits went up, the ones that were ready, our spirits went up 6/17/2023 and 2024. And we have an echo soul in heaven, so we don't realize we're there. But this is why the bride seems so checked out all the time and do not want to continue on. And they just know Jesus is coming for them because they have the Spirit. They've been living in the New Jerusalem, and they just don't remember. So anyway, our journey has been amazing, and there's going to be so much more to come because Jesus is just getting started.
Yeah, that's right.
So, anyway, all right, guys. Well, have a blessed day. We love you so much in Christ Jesus. Okay, bye.